My name is Scott Takis. I own Underground Art Studios, LLC. I'm an artist, an entrepreneur, and creator. It's to me, underground art is things that are created by people that may not even intend to be artists. They're just trying to create or beautify something. But it does shine more of a light on some of the people that are doing behind the scenes art. In my teens, I was really fascinated by David Mann. David Mann is an artist. This is David Mann right here, actually. He was somebody that, when I looked at his artwork, I could tell that he knew his stuff. He knew his subject matter. When I looked at the motorcycles that he rendered in his illustrations, I could see all the nuts and bolts. Everything was in the right place. I come into work every day with way more on my plate than I could ever possibly do in a day's time. It's just kind of how it is. It's the way I have it set up. It's the way I operate. It's the way my brain works. As an underground artist, as an artist here in this studio, I do a lot of work that hasn't been done before necessarily. There's pre-production, and I work with David, and David Blancas is with me in that pre-production phase where we're designing things, we're putting together kind of a visual on what the outcome's going to be when it's done, but then what do we need to do to get to that point? And then production. Some days I'm start a production project knowing it might take me a few weeks, but get started on things, mixing up paint, matching colors, looking up references, stuff like that. There was a young man that went to school a year ahead of me. He had graduated and he came back and he did a demo on airbrushing. I really, really liked the airbrush. I thought it was a fascinating tool, and I started to look into that more. I started to look at that's an option where I could get started. And so that was a big inspiration. The characteristics that are needed to be successful in what I do goes far beyond being an artist. I really have to have a wide range of communication skills. So there might be something that requires body work or priming and sanding and molding and stuff. The biggest motivation that I get is the people that come in. When they come into the shop and they start to talk to me about a project, no matter a simple little project, as little as that is, when you see how important it is to them, it becomes very important to me. A moment to hear their story and put that into a visual piece of art for them and build them something or make them something that they can have and cherish, that's another very motivational way. After that mural, I went to Florida and met Billy Lane, a motorcycle builder, who I thought was doing really artful, fun things with bikes. And he hired me to paint a bike for a project he was doing for the Discovery Channel. So that was on national TV. That was very memorable, being filmed.
And I asked Scott, can you airbrush these on a tank? He goes, absolutely. Can you do it in a day? Silence. But you know what? Scott pulled it off, and that artwork on that bike is absolutely stunning.
The community and the collaborations and the support, I have recently seen a lot of that actually with, again, word of mouth. When I went to commercial art school, I learned drawing, but I also learned advertising. And I learned everything from lettering to illustration. And it really kind of gave me a broader scope of what I'm good at and what I felt came to me naturally. So I would listen to nature and listen to yourself and what you enjoy doing, because you don't want to do anything for the wrong reasons. So I think for the younger generation that don't necessarily want to follow that path of the typical, and they don't want to go to school, you're going to have to work really hard to find your own niche, find your own style, and constantly be putting it out there, constantly.